Hi there, Neil from Epic Activation. Thanks so much for watching this video. This is my latest series where I am going to try and break down a case study from Compass News magazine. So if you don't know, a lot of you probably will know because you're in the industry. Compass News is a consumer magazine where people can look to see what competitions are out there, how to enter, what prizes can be won. There's a few competitions in here from the Compass News team, and there's also a couple of news articles on what is going on in the world. And actually, it's really useful because you probably can't see too much of the detail, but there's a lot of retail store promotions and how to enter and what you can win. Actually, it's not just retail stores, newspapers, books, anything. So industry renowned magazine. And what I'm going to do is actually try and break down an article, and this specific month, which was for November, is about a coffee brand. I'm not going to name them because I'm not here to name and shame and so that we can do promotions better, but just talk about where a competition hasn't quite worked out how they wanted to. Thinking like a consumer, because that's who this magazine is targeted towards. But obviously, as an agency or a brand who are running a promotion directly, what to look out for and what consumers are thinking. So we're going to start off with this coffee brand. It's talking about cheating many times. So it's talking about whether consumers can go in and enter multiple times to have a better chance of winning. Now, ultimately, you can look at your terms and conditions. They have to be absolutely watertight on what you can and cannot do. And ultimately, when it says the promoter's decision is final, then that's a pretty conclusive resolution. So you would think. So this particular person had written into Compass News saying they'd entered this coffee competition where they bought, scanned, and played to enter. And you can win great prizes. It's great prize pool. So it's actually what I recommend, which is a high value prize. So this was a holiday, followed by lots of £5 and £10 coffee vouchers. Now, I quite like that because I think people get more of a sense of the chance of winning, that they can actually go and win something rather than one holiday with millions of people entering and hardly a chance of winning. So this is a really nice promotion. What they have done is, or what this person has claimed, is that they have won. They had family members enter, and the part of the intro of this article is about what do we call cheating. Can you just tell someone else to enter on your behalf? Can you still fill in the details for them? Once you've got your browser open or your phone, you're probably going to do it all then and there. So do you hand it to someone else? What brands look for and the comping police are patterns to see if someone is trying to break the system by playing too many times, more than they should. Now, ultimately, the best solution, as I've always recommended, is to have unique codes on pack or receipt uploads. So it's one purchase per play. Now, if you're not going to do that and you want to ease off the security, you are going to get people who try it on. Now, I don't mean try it on as in they want to be fraudulent, but my partner's sitting just over there, so I can enter on their behalf because they can't bother to do it. That's still two people. So that question of what is cheating becomes relevant. So I work with a brand. We've ran a promotion over the summer, and they went for something like batch codes on packs. So people still had to make an effort, but because a batch code, for example, isn't unique, you could have people entering multiple times and it couldn't really be policed. This was obviously flagged, but the brand agreed that they wanted the easiest access possible and they would accept that this potentially could happen, but we will still put in place measures to try to detect fraudulent claims. So it becomes a bit grey on what is fraudulent and how many checks are in place. But where, as I said at the beginning, it should be very clear is that your terms and conditions say, right, well, we think that's fraudulent and our decision is final. So you haven't won. Now, you can win the battle and not the war, basically. You can easily do that, stop paying out your £5 vouchers But then you're going to get articles, big articles, double page spread in this magazine. I'm not going to show you this because that's got the brand all over it, which isn't great for the brand. So as a brand, you need to decide what level of security you want, how complex that's going to be for the consumer to enter, because you want them to enter securely. Have you got budget for things like unique codes on pack, which help to be a bit more watertight? And what's going to happen when you've got complaints? Now, if it's for a holiday, granted, consumers shouldn't really take that chance, because if they win the holiday, there is a chance that they could be seen as fraudulent. But when it's for a £5 voucher, me personally, I would just let it go, let them have it. You haven't put all the security measures in place you should have done for reasons that are very justifiable. But then don't start chasing them for a £5 voucher. So to stop them getting a £5 voucher, because you get bad press, and bad press is not great. So that's my story for today. If you are running a competition, think about how strict you want to be, how watertight your legals are. You can easily implement them and win the battle. But ultimately, you're here to give a great experience to your customers, engage with your customers, and if you do something wrong, they're going to share it on social media. So think very carefully on how you approach it, and that's about it. So worth thinking about, and above all, get your legals sorted. Thanks very much. I hope you found that useful, and I shall see you on the next video.